Everything here's okay. Over.
Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Welcome to the party, pal.
I'm not ready to make now. Okay. I think it's working now. Let me know if we're all here on the YouTubes and on the Rumbles. Holy shit, the technology doesn't want to work with me today, but that's fine. Hi. Okay, guys, I literally spoke for 10 minutes about my trip. Oh, wait, are you guys here? Everybody's coming back. Thank you. Hello. Welcome back to the box office. It's me, Nora Ames, the Raging Buddha. Thank you guys for being here. I had a whole other thing planned. I'm probably doing that tomorrow. Give a chance for everybody to come over. Okay. We'll just give everybody a second here. Okay. So, yeah, lots of stuff been going on. I'll do a recap. Oh, I get the feeling I'm not. I'm going to show you guys Aaron's documentary here in a second. That's what we're going to talk about here for a minute. So, yeah. Let's talk about this weekend. First of all, I had an amazing, beautiful, outstanding, lovely weekend with my my wife, who I love so much. We spent the weekend by the Columbia River, eating delicious food, relaxing, getting a couples massage. You know, it was our 8th anniversary. So, yeah. So let's rewind the clock a little bit. So, as you guys know, last week, George Massey put together a complete sham of a hit piece about me, which I said, "Oh, I'm not gonna copyright strike it. That seems petty." And then I changed my mind because this whole when they go low, we go high bullshit. I'm over it, to be honest. I'm over it. Within a lot of respects, it just in life right now, especially with our government. But I'm actually not going to sit back and be fucking run over by somebody who supports a self-confessed abuser of multiple women. Okay. So I did a copyright strike on George's thing. And was there smooching involved? Of course, Chewini. And then now he's appealed it, of course. So now I have to respond in kind with a lawyer. So if anybody knows of a a lawyer that can help me out with a response to an absolutely ridiculous human on the internet, I would be grateful. I have 10 days to figure that out, so I'm going to take my time. Second thing. So then here I am on vacation. I'm doing my best to not be online. And I get a series of emails that basically tell me everything off my Rumble has been struck. And Rumble does like a point system. And if you accumulate 100 points in 90 days, they take your channel down. So like the channel was taken down, totally eliminated. I was like, okay, well, that's probably because of, the videos I put up of him rushing up on Mateo. I didn't edit it down. Okay, fine. I'm in the middle of appealing all that. So I put another Rumble up. It's there. We're broadcasting there now. And the only video besides any lives that I've done, which are my original works, is just the video of the chalk incident, which you guys know is very edited. It's definitely my original work at this point. Okay. Then, as if that's not enough, right, to show that people are very much trying to, the goal of all of these things, guys, is to try and get me out of my flow, to try and get me to be really upset, to just lose it, right? So then a bunch of my videos, pop, 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 are getting, it's not a demonetization. If you're a if you're a YouTube creator, you can see on the back end that either your little dollar sign is green, it's yellow, or it's red. If it's red, there's no monetization coming in. It can't be monetized. They just tell you it's barred from all monetization. If it's yellow, that means you can still get your super chats and everything, but it has limited ads. They're not going to pay you as much, essentially, for the ads. Okay. Then a whole bunch of my videos were yellow. So now I got to go appeal all that. Then that wasn't enough. Then I get a notification from Google that the email associated with this channel name, The Raging Buddha, which of course is OfficialRagingBuddha@gmail.com. It looks like this email was created by a bot. So now we're going to close your email, which means, now I think they thought it meant I was going to be able to get back into my Rumble. Just kidding. Of course I can. Because I didn't use that email. So dumb. But it did prevent me from getting into the fourth wall, which is where, of course, I've set up what? All of the, merch for the Mod Mafia. This is, of course, right. This is immediate response to me making all of this awesome Mod Mafia merch, which I want to say thank you to everybody who has done an order for the Mod Mafia. Like I said, all profits from that will be going to the mods. Okay, this is wow, guys. Holy shitballs. Okay, so we now have a total. I'm just looking on my back end here. How many orders do we have in now? We have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 orders in. Wow. 22 orders in. I love this. This is awesome, guys. 22 orders in. So they're trying to prevent me from getting into this and being able to send the profits on that to the mods. All of the profits that are happening, because I have made no sales in the store, guys. I have no problem showing. Oh, well, I'm not going to show you this because this shows everybody's name who ordered. But let me go to the analytics. Okay. So yeah, this doesn't show the names of the people who ordered anything, but this is the analytics from the site. This is what's going to the mods. 22 orders, guys. 22 orders in. That's the profit that we're heading over to the mods. Okay, that's the average shop, and this is what people have been buying. Okay, how they paid. 22 orders. Look at that. Boom. Nothing. 22 orders. Thank you guys for supporting the mods. That money is going to get sent to them. And, they can fight for it in a pit or in like one of those, machines that blows the cash around, and they can, do all that. So there you go. There you go, guys. Yeah. So that's it. And that's all going to them. We have until the end of this month to keep raising money for the Mod Mafia. Okay. So if you guys haven't got your Mod Mafia merch, head on over to the website. Okay. It's theragingbuddha.com. Look, guys, we got hats, we got socks, we got beanies, we got sweatshirts in 3 configurations. We got shirts in 3 configurations. Here's the patch. You want to sew a patch on something? Get the patch. We got stickers. We got a holographic sticker. We got the rainbow sticker. We got the black on white. Look at these mugs. Look at this one. Look at that one. Look at this one. Okay? Get some stuff. Get some stuff. And you can email the mods at ytmodsquad@gmail.com. Okay. Oh, thanks. Liz Ferris in the house. What's up, Liz? Yeah, we gotta every once in a while we gotta let our mods know that they're fucking appreciated. And they are. Yeah, 5 against 1 is absolutely sure. That's a fair fight. So yeah, guys, that's what was happening for me this weekend. But guess what? Guess what? I took the Zen approach. I knew everything was okay. I knew everything was going to be all right. And it was. Because when you're on the right side of justice, people are going to try and fuck your shit up. They're going to try and tell a different story. They're going to try and make you look bad to cover up their own bad deeds. Okay. And so what's happening on Aaron's channel right now? What's happening? This is the name of the video. Receipts incoming. You're welcome. Okay. The description says this video is a gift from George Massey, aka literally no one, which he put together with a lot of help from his and my friends. Okay. That's a direct message. That is not coded. This is a message that anyone you don't see in these videos, okay, in these portions of the video, there's a whole chapter set here, okay? Anyone you don't see or hear from is not a friend of Aaron, aka they are Aaron's enemy. They are not to be trusted. They are not to be believed. They are not part of it. They're not doing the good. They're not with us. Because there's a lot of people that are not included in this. And I don't know that every single person who was at one time interviewed on Aaron's channel would abide by his current actions. But this video is here to make you think that all these people absolutely 100% are infallible. Now, I want to say something. Some of the people shown in this video are good people and probably have no clue what the fuck Aaron's doing because they haven't talked to him since they filmed a video with him because they aren't friends with Aaron. So everybody shown in this is not necessarily part of Aaron's cult. I want to make that abundantly clear. But George wants you to think that. George wants you to think that. So we're going to go over it here. Let's watch this Scientology styled propaganda puff piece on a self-confessed abuser of multiple women who is facing 2 criminal charges for misdemeanor battery with a hate crime attachment. Let's not forget the context. Ready? Sparks presentation. Okay. Now, guys, I went down a rabbit hole, and thanks to somebody I got in touch with. Remember how I asked the other day, what was the name of the guy who was talking about hang on one second. Okay. I was like, what was the name of this guy? And he looks just like George Massey. And I'm like, I couldn't remember. I got the name. I got the name. Where did it go? I'm going to get it here. What is her name? Right. Okay. This is why this is highly suspicious to me. Okay. The name of this, and this is how my mind works because I couldn't remember this guy. And he has reinvented himself. He's taken himself off of stuff. And now he's like, he's a documentary filmmaker. So I'm wondering, so many questions. But anyway, the guy on Twitter, okay, who used to just relentlessly attack me, Aaron, Leah, Mike, everybody during the aftermath years, is this guy right here. His name is John Alex Wood. He's married to this lady, Gemma Wood. Like, he looks like her grandpa. And it's like she's marrying her grandpa. Anyway, she lives on Monty Python quotes, right? This is her Monty Python wedding. She's very upset about The Masked Singer and Eurovision. Okay. But she does post a lot of stuff. Okay. If the viewers start getting requests to prove their identity to Google, that's just more harassment. Probably happy days. That seems really weird. Now here's her husband. Okay. Ronnie Wood attends a screening of a film about a pianist made by Sussex Man. That is her husband, John Alex Wood. Okay. Now, John Alex Wood and George Massey look like a lot alike to me. You remember this guy? You remember him, Jess? Thank you. Thank you for remembering him with me. Like, I'm not crazy. There he is again. Okay, so now he's this documentary filmmaker making films about the Holocaust, making films about pianists, and like he's trying to legitimize himself as this filmmaker in England, right? So now we have George Massey, who just happens to be, and here he is here. Sorry, there he is again. There's too many Woods here. John Wood, Ronnie Wood, and drummer Woody Woodmansey. What? Okay. So, yeah. Here he is again, unveiling something. He persuaded the Royal Academy of Music. He's just such a good guy. Just such a good guy doing all this great stuff out here. Okay. But he doesn't go by his John Alex Wood persona on Twitter anymore. Right? He goes by what's the name of his production? This one here. No, not that one. So this is, again, he won some award here. They met John Cleese and talked about their Monty Python themed wedding. She dressed up like Beetlejuice. I'm trying to see, this is their wedding again, which happened last year. I'm just trying to find his other see, like, look, it's so like maybe a little. Oh no, he's definitely a Scientologist. He used to do like exclusive tweeting he's also British, right? Yeah. But here comes all the conservative stuff. Like, such a huge fan of Charlie Kirk. I'm not surprised. Okay, so here he is. Uptone. He's changed to this one. This is his thing. Uptone. This is his website. John Wood's blog. I mean, this poor chap has never had hair. Here he is being a movie buff, talking about Brazil. That's a crazy ass movie, Brazil. Something he wrote in 1990. He has autographed pictures of weird people. Very okay. He's a nerd. We get it. But yeah, this is his page. And this is the other thing that he's been doing, right? Something about the Holocaust here. There he is, trying to look very tan. Yeah. But anyway, my first twinge was it looks so much like George Massey, right? And it's just similar to George. I don't know that it's the same. Their faces, I sent it to somebody else. Hang on. Their faces are just so similar to me that it just like it bugs the shit out of me. And now I'm trying to pull up the picture. So then you guys, I can't hold them up side by side, but I can put it up. Okay, that's George Massey. Okay, he obviously has a lot more hair than John Alex Wood. But look, like, are they brothers? Are they? I wish I could. Let me see if I can share the screen like this so you guys can see like both of them together. I'm trying to like. Well, you can't see it on top here. That's stupid. Well, I don't need to show you everything. I suppose I could just. No, that's not going to work either. That's too much work. Let me just see if I can do this. Okay, that'll work. All right, so I'm just going to share the entire screen here for a second. Is it working? It's not working. No. I broke it. It's fine. Never mind. Cut and paste. Yeah. It just, they literally, I mean, we could just do this. We'll do this. There's John Wood. Okay. And then we're going to go to Massey. And there's George Massey. John Wood. And then George Massey. Right? Like, they look so similar. But the hair gives it away that they're not the same person because John has like no fucking hair. And George has got a little bit left. He's got a bit left, He's got a bit left. But that was okay. So my curiosity about all of that and everything else was set off by this title, a Gem Sparks presentation, right? Because John Alex Wood's wife's name is Gemma. So I'm like, are they friends? Is this how this got made? Like, questions. All right. That's just a preview of how my brain works, guys. Let's get into this fucking thing. For him. This is a film for Aaron. Please keep that in mind. Immortal beings, children of Scientology.
My parents were both Sea Org members. My father ran away from home when he was a teenager to join the Sea Org in the way that people used to run away to join the circus.
Because my mom didn't want to join Scientology, the church actually told my dad, you should get rid of them because they're just dev teach. They're just in the way. Oh, I was already an SP apparently. My dad was doing locationals. I wasn't allowed to cry.
Wasn't allowed to
cry. Pick my little finger up and make me touch walls and touch things.
So we're just having a lot of stock footage, things he took from Scientology's promotional video. Good job, George.
So both of my parents were in it. My mum was in it from a really young age because her dad was in it. So I guess that makes me a third gen on that side. And my dad went in as a teenager off his own volition. There's a few. I did a lot of e-meter auditing as a young child from about age 6.
When people ask, how did you finally leave? What was the thing that finally happened? And for both of us, it's our children. Something happens
that prohibits authorities from being contacted or involved.
So far, we are doing the same exact thing that Scientology does in their promotional videos here. We've heard Natalie's voice, Cheryl's voice, Kelly's voice, Daniel Mustard's voice, and now just Aaron's voice. Okay. It is so Scientology, this opening. Like, I am literally, like, in my mind at an event, just waiting to be indoctrinated here.
You have a dangerous environment for children. Others have experienced so much worse.
I was
Aaron crying.
told, you're not a kid anymore. You don't need your mommy, so stop whining about needing your mommy.
I wanted to speak out, okay? I wanted to speak out, and it feels good, actually. It feels good after 20 years or more.
That's Calderon.
The abuses of Scientology are well known to anyone
Here's
paying
George.
attention to the tsunami of information published over the past 20 years or so.
We're just going to
From the
use
critically
Scientology
acclaimed
footage here.
and multiple award-winning HBO documentary Going Clear, Scientology and the Prison of Belief to A&E's Emmy-winning series.
Okay, so that's what Aaron looked like back then. No beard. A little bit chubbier. Okay, so just know that none of these interviews are new. This is not any new material that George has used. So please don't think that this is, oh, he got all these interviews. It's not.
Leah Remini, Scientology and the Aftermath.
Oh, Gem equals George E. Massey. Well, how very egotistical of him.
As well as numerous books written by the brave people that is.
Look at the ones he's got here. Expert Witness, which is covered up. We got Scandal Scientology, Robert Dams, of course, Mike, Leah. We've got Perfectly Clear. This is another Robert Dam book. We've got Blown for Good. What was that one that came up right before? My God, they're coming up too fast. The Church of Fear, John Sweeney's book, which is quickly covered up by Ron Miscavige's Ruthless. We got Barefaced Messiah, one of the best works ever written. Amy Scobie's book. We've got My So-Called Crazy Life, Aurora Rucker. The Going Clear book. Inside Scientology, Janet Reitman. We've got Janice Gillum Grady, her second book. Closing Minds. Oh, Jefferson's, 2 books. A Piece of Blue Sky. We got Catherine Spallino's book. Liz Gale's book. And The Halfway Bridge. Oh, I've never heard of that one. Okay. Francisco Suarez. Prisoner of Freedom. Renata Lugli. Oh, I didn't know that she wrote a book. That's wonderful. There's Jenna's book, of course, right up front.
And quirky.
Okay. So very, very important messaging. I don't know that Liz Gale was consulted, but I think all the books should be shown. All the books should be shown.
Belief system with some big name celebrities involved, providing it an air.
I'm going to speed this up a bit here,
which
guys.
is by design.
It's just.
Also, the First Amendment of the United States Constitution protects religious freedom, which is the very reason that L. Ron Hubbard decided to apply the veneer of religion to his applied philosophy based on his own fantasy-laden works of fiction, as well as the financial incentive of tax exemption that was revoked by the IRS and later reinstated due to an extensive campaign of harassment targeting IRS employees. The general public are generally indifferent about the crimes of Scientology because for the most part they have heard stories from followers that joined as young adults. These stories are easily dismissed as it is perceived that those people chose to follow the draconian and sadistic doctrines of L. Ron Hubbard of their own free will. What is unknown or mostly glossed over and sometimes outright denied are the crimes committed against children that were.
Okay.
born into the cult and had no say in the
Yeah, didn't put Jamie Mustard's book up there. Of course not.
dystopian existence they were forced to live. That was until the advent of SPTV and the efforts of Aaron Smith Levin.
That was until the advent of SPTV and the efforts of Aaron Smith Levin. Guys, can we go back to those books real quick? Let me note this timestamp here, wherever the fuck we're at, because it's still going live. Whatever. I'll just go back to this picture of L. Ron Hubbard. Let's go back to these books real quick.
And the aftermath, as well as numerous books.
Okay. So, Leah's book, pre-SPTV, Expert Witness, pre-SPTV, Blown for Good, pre-SPTV,
written by the brave,
pre-SPTV, 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 pre
clutches of Scientology
pre
came forward to tell
pre
stories.
pre
However,
the
majority of
people this was during
Scientology is
considered
a harmless
so every single book except for The Bad Cadet and Liz's book, which came out in the era of SPTV, were all written beforehand. A lot of whom highlighting the crimes that happened to children, like Jenna's and The Bad Cadet and Liz. Like, what the fuck? So anyway, guys, this is... Okay, let's go back to this stupid picture of L. Ron Hubbard.
Until the advent of SPTV and the efforts of Aaron Smith Levin to platform second and third generation Scientologists, encouraging them to speak up.
There's young Natalie with her daughter. To platform them. First of all, YouTube already existed. I already had a channel before Aaron did. Aaron didn't do anything to create YouTube.
And even to start their own YouTube channels to raise awareness of the abuses and criminality of Scientology, particularly as it relates to children that grew up in Scientology, as he did himself. It has been said that Scientology is a criminal enterprise, operating as a business, masquerading as a religion. This is an opinion I cannot disagree with. Aaron Smith Levin has his own description.
Scientology is in fact a multi-billion-dollar international family-destroying human trafficking cult.
The abuses and criminality in
Now we're going to use footage of Lauren Hollander doing one of the very first Golden Age of Tech drills in the original Golden Age of Tech that Aaron and I trained on.
Scientology are baked into Hubbard's tech and have existed since the very conception of Scientology, with Book 1, Dianetics.
The 7-year-old girl who shudders because a man kisses her is not computing. She is reacting to an engram, since at 7 she should see nothing wrong with a kiss, even a passionate one. There must have been an earlier experience, possibly prenatal, which made men or kissing very bad.
I just want to remind Aaron Smith Levin and George Massey, his personal public relations officer, that quote is the quote that Miriam Francis used in a private second-gen Scientology group to express her frustration with the Church of Scientology covering up the sexual abuse crimes that she suffered at the hands of her own father. And then Aaron summarily told her that that's not what that quote meant and that she was taking it out of context, which ended up in a huge fight and him getting kicked out of that group. Now, that's the part that George is, of course, going to leave off, that Aaron spent the first year after being on the Aftermath single-handedly going into all of the Scientology groups to shut people down and take control of the anti-Scientology narrative, first on Facebook and then over on YouTube. Let's carry on.
Child abuse in Scientology is rooted in the very concept of the Thetan.
Now, this is George's conclusion that is not based on science or anything else, or he's so close, but also like,
that children are not children. They are immortal beings that have lived thousands of lifetimes throughout millennia on many different planets. Scientologists are taught to believe that children are big beings or adults in small bodies. If Scientology were to be reformed to make it compliant with common law, it would have to abandon the very concept of the Thetan. Once the concept of the Thetan is removed, the very foundation of Scientology collapses.
So in many other religions, okay, even in Christianity, there's a belief of the immortal soul. The difference between Scientology and Christianity, of course, is that Christianity firmly believes you're a one and done, and when you're done, you're going to heaven or hell. You're not coming back, right? But in other religions that do believe in reincarnation, some of them believe you can be reincarnated into all kinds of things, animals, and other things. And they may live a lifetime as a tree and then come back as a salmon in the water, and then a bird, and then a human again, right? Some, like Scientology, believe that you live lifetime after lifetime as a human, right? Scientology is unique in the belief that not only do you live lifetime after lifetime, but that cumulative knowledge remains completely accessible to you, right? By removing the veil that's separating you from that knowledge. And therefore, the experience of childhood is a mere inconvenience that your body is so small. Other religions that believe that do not have that same kind of like caveat, right? And so to say to eliminate the concept of the Thetan is very strange, and very ignorant, in my opinion, in terms of like trying to show what's wrong with Scientology, right? So,
and it becomes just another applied philosophy as Hubbard originally intended. Aaron Smith Levin began his YouTube channel in June 2015.
No, it wasn't just an applied philosophy. Scientology, as I used to say when I was a kid, because it did not have tax exempt status, we would say we're not a religion, we're an applied religious philosophy. These are the things where it's like, this is the stuff that's just going to fucking bug me. And it's so ignorant and stupid for somebody who hasn't even done the correct research in order to say the things correctly, right? Like, it's going to sound very nitpicky and bitchy, but yeah, I'm going to be nitpicky and bitchy about it. I was nitpicky and bitchy with fucking Lawrence Wright for not including, the second generation, the people who were born into it, the people who were enslaved by it. There was no RPF stories. There was no, nothing in there. Okay.
And has interviewed scores of survivors of Scientology that have been brave enough to step out of the shadows to share their own experiences at risk of retribution from Scientology under Hubbard's fair game policy. This introduction expresses the opinions and views of the producer and are not necessarily the views of Aaron Smith Levin.
Yeah, this is, guys, just so you know, I made this for Aaron, not at his instruction.
The video presentation you are about to see provides a sampling of interview excerpts and commentary highlighting the impact on the lives of those that grew up in Scientology and survived to tell their stories.
So now we're going to see a montage of Aaron Smith Levin doing the hard work, okay, and highlighting all of just, guys, we would be nowhere. The Scientology movement would be nowhere if Aaron Smith Levin hadn't done all this interviewing. Okay. We're gonna skip through a lot of this. Okay. I'm not gonna play this whole thing just because it is so much propaganda. I can't.
I have just finished reading a book about Jim Jones and the People's Temple. Oh my God. The similarities between Jim Jones and L. Ron Hubbard, and the similarities between the People's Temple and the Sea Org specifically.
That might have been the last book Aaron ever read. I don't know. Like 9 years ago.
People's Temple and Scientology or Scientologists. The People's Temple and the Sea Org. It was not easy. To see this group, the People's Temple, that I've just grown up thinking was the ultimate epitome of a cult mindset, and to know that I spent so much of my life around and in the Sea Org, thinking that it was the antithesis of anything that could have existed in something like the People's Temple. And then to see the methods, to read about the methods that Jim Jones used to recruit, to motivate, to retain people, his ends justifies the means approach to life and his movement, it was mind-boggling to me to see how similar these experiences actually were.
Now, for you guys who don't know and weren't following along Aaron's studio redo, this is in his house that he used to share with his wife. This is what was his cigar room. It's kind of like a screened-in porch area that he used as his studio. As you can see, part of his backdrop here is, of course, his beer steins. He had like a keg and stuff that he would keep beer on tap that he liked in his house. And this is right after filming. You know, here's the poster for the show. This is 2017, so we're in the end of the first season. Second season is filming at this point while Aaron's making this.
The church does not do any work to help the poor or the homeless at all. And it's a little bit of a rant, but I can tell you, as evil as the People's Temple became, and they did have an ends justifies the means mentality, just like Scientology does, I was struck by how at least that organization, that is viewed as one of the worst cults ever, and if you want to call bullshit, if that's an inaccurate statement, just mention it in the comments below, that even that organization created more benefit to the public at large with its social programs than Scientology ever has.
Now, I don't know that that's a true statement. That seems a bit far-fetched. Yeah. But I just want you to notice this, Aaron. This is 9 years ago. 9 years ago. Oh, this is absolutely for the prosecution.
And that was something.
And then I was born in Washington, D.C. because my...
Yeah.
It really is.
This is a great part with Catherine.
There's a ton of books to read, but there's only two that I always tell people to read on their way out. And that's...
There's only 2 books I tell people to read while I'm interviewing you about your book, and neither of them are yours.
Combat and Cult Mind Control and...
That people used to join the runaway.
There's him and Jamie.
My mother
was born.
This is
before
Joy
she started OT
Chait.
levels, because Hubbard has a policy about doing OT levels when
took an LSD, so he was like, floated under that little.
We got all these people he's talking
When they
to.
sent me, I had no guardian whatsoever. I just had this
Heather
person that I knew.
Ruggieri.
And not
More
just
Daniel Mustard.
The last thing
Of
she said
course,
to me
Kelly
was, "I'm upside
Copter.
out of mind."
This 9-year-old and
There's
7-year-old.
Natalie.
Immortal spiritual beings who've been around for trillions and trillions of years. We've lived
Back in the old studio. There's Vanessa, the new studio.
And we did like
There's
running
Kelly.
There's nothing more important.
More Natalie. Okay, now we're going to go into the cadet org. Okay.
It's shit. Did you ever have to did you do any of those kids courses? You immediately have to. Responsibility in it.
example of it. If you were walking down the hallway of a Sea Org base,
This is
and
like
you came upon a closed
2018
door,
where Aaron
and the door
decided to
flew
grow
open
the
and hit
beard
you in
out.
face, and it was
having to recall and take responsibility for the...
This is a
past
recent
life
interview within the
to
last
explain
year.
why you were born into a disabled...
He's such a crystal clear example where
Right.
beliefs
To get out of himself, he got into like a. He got
Okay, so this is the guy who wrote the book, The Halfway Bridge. Okay.
She was a really wonderful human being, wonderful auditor. So they're, both as a family, were very active Scientologists. Jeremy was also born in Scientology. And I asked him, how's Jeremy doing? He's just like, well, he's not doing so good. He was a bit of an odd duck, but was just a very sweet human being. He had just taken this very...
I don't know who that is.
As an auditor, I promise as an auditor not to...
They're going to talk about
I'd like to be more like
stuff.
that person. Like, I never met an OT that impressed me. Now, I had met Sea Org members who impressed me,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't care where they were at on the bridge.
Right.
All the public I'd met who were OT, I was like, there's no part of that person that...
And the little gray appeared. My aunt and cousin went to his house in Vegas, threw everything away of my dad's wife. She just passed away.
This is just Cheryl talking about.
My youngest brother was 6 at the time.
I mean, in the interviews, Cheryl reveals that she didn't do Scientology. Her family was broken up because of Scientology. She recalls her dad making her do, like an assist as a kid.
My dad was
and
basically
her life was
flipping
hard
bills, like,
because
my
she
mom
didn't have her
was
dad.
parenting. Granted, while she was sick, they had some help. But
Yes, I can turn up the volume. There you go, Ann.
And she
You
was
didn't have
so
to
relieved.
chat for that.
She was
Thank
like,
you.
she had been holding on, literally holding on, just to see me and also to like get some sort of okay that it was okay. That
Look
her
at this
family-
vital interview. Look at the interest level here on Aaron while this woman's telling something really important about her story. So let's carry on.
So they have them all by the, they have
More Marco,
And the thing is,
Daniel.
only staff members that worked in Div 6A would know this, or HCO. So it's hard to like.
Yeah, Aaron's definitely interested when they're young and
back it up.
beautiful.
And it was just like these like candid photos of random people, and some of them looked like they were like drinking
Interesting.
coffee or something, or some of them were from like a Facebook. And I was just like, they're like,
right? That one day I
blown up. I'm only taking some slight liberty in how I'm paraphrasing Hubbard's words. That is essentially what he has said. And someone will not be allowed to progress up Scientology's auditing levels, up to the highest levels, if someone won't stop being gay. And what that means is Scientology...
Oh, we're gonna have the straight white guy explain what happens when you're gay. Super. Let's do it.
Psychology is willing to ignore the fact that someone has gay feelings or gay urges or gay thoughts or whatever, as long as they aren't acting on them.
One person could be gay and not want to be gay anymore. And that's like the thing in your head that you want to hate.
Joey does a great job of explaining. I don't have anything bad to say about Joey, and I love him. So now we have...
That body thetans and BTs and clusters aren't worth throwing away your son for. I want you guys to hear this. There's already a police officer inside, Marianne. We can go in and talk to him together. Do you want me to get your...
So that's Joey's mom, and that's Aaron saying a lot
son
of...
phone so that you can speak to him? She disconnected from her son. Growing Up in Scientology is the name of my channel. Marianne Chait is a high-level Scientologist who disconnected from her son because of L. Ron Hubbard.
He's like 35, 40.
I'm 44 years old.
This is him. This is what George thinks is good. For Aaron Smith-Levin to go up and harass an elderly woman who, yes, did disconnect from her son, who just lost her husband, she's a widow, on a street, following her around, towering over her. She's shorter than me, guys. I know Marianne Chait. This is not... you think that Joey's going to get reconnected to his mom now? You think Joey's getting reconnected to his mom now?
Oh, but because I left Scientology, I look very youthful and attractive. She said I look 35. Come and get your...
It was basically the data bureau.
There's Heather.
So, I play along. I don't even know, because I...
Talk about disconnection. Now let's talk about how horrible it is
You know
inside
very
this
well. It's a 7-story building, and the berthings on for regular folks, not CMO, is 5 and 6. It gets hot.
Was when I was 16 going on 17.
Also, when Kay had her own...
The doctor again, and the doctor was like, "You're pregnant."
There's
Bill."
Bree.
And I was like, "Oops."
Was fully clothed in front of the entire technical team, all of the auditors, all of the CSs, people in Scientology throwing people overboard. When LRH used to be on the ship, they used to literally toss students over the side into the ocean. We're not in an ocean at PAC. So they took her out into the back, into the VRU, which is that little trashy area in the back. And they did the overboarding ceremony, I guess is whatever you want to call it. They sprayed her with a hose while she was fully clothed in front of the entire technical team, all of the auditors, all of the CSs, all of the supervisors. The ethics officer just took a hose and just started hosing her down. Just complete humiliation.
That somebody thinks they could tell someone they can't see their parents?
I think I was 12 or 13 at the time. My parents
Want to do that, so I got in a lot of trouble for that.
They're still playing Little League Baseball. And I'm working, I don't know, doing that. It's 100 hours a week. Commuting 45 minutes each way by bus. I mean, but just realize I didn't consider myself a 15-year-old.
I was being told what I was thinking.
My God, that now makes perfect sense.
Like somebody had to tell me it was okay for me to be angry with my abusers.
She goes, but imagine that you're a fucking pedophile, right? And you see these things that L. Ron Hubbard is saying about there's no such thing as children. We're all adults in little bodies, whatever. Anyone in the California judicial system to know why it is that these teenagers are getting married.
Thank you,
and
Georgia.
They don't want to have to expose
her, and it flagged that she had disagreements with the constant demands for money. There were things going
Is this still going
on. It flagged that she said she felt like that I knew.
Okay, so now we're live.
Part of them not coming forward, not coming out, is because of the shame. They feel
So
shame
now
about
we're
it. They
here.
feel
Thank you,
especially
Georgia.
people
That's
who
very, very sweet.
weren't born in it, who walked in as an adult and made a conscious choice to do this. I had one person tell me, like, I can't admit it was a cult, because then I'd have to admit that I gave
Guys, this
into
is
a
vital
lot.
stuff. Watching an adult man sitting, reading his chat while other people talk. This is supposed to change the mind of the jury that he's about to face in a month, of the judge who's already seen through all of his abuse in the recent times. That he's just this magnanimous guy who has platformed so many people. Where, George, my question for you, George Massey, where are all the people that he has Aaron's disconnected from? Where are all of them? Where are they? Where's Dylan and Sterling and Reese and Serge Stomar and Claire and Mark and Mike and Amy and all that? Where are they? Where's the huge list of people that Aaron has left in his wake to get to this magnanimous? How come all those people are just bad and Aaron is just somehow great? And we're going to show so many clips of Natalie, who is literally gone AWOL, guys. Literally gone AWOL. Is nowhere. There are still nobody on the SPTV Foundation to be found. If you look them up legally, it still lists Jenna, George, Aaron, and Natalie. Okay, because the new paperwork hasn't been filed for the year. That's fine. But like, is this real life? Okay, on that video, there are chapters. So we're almost at the end here. So these are all the little chapters, right? The being gay, coerced abortions, elder abuse, child abuse. So we're about here, leaving Scientology. Canra, the epilogue. The epilogue. We're still at the leaving portion. No, this isn't a documentary. This is a greatest highlights for someone who is a self-confessed abuser of multiple women, who has impregnated 2 of his mistresses while cheating on his wife for almost a decade, had abortions. Okay, is self-admitted to getting into a physical altercation with one of these affairs in a hotel room in Los Angeles while covering a rape trial, and then throwing her against a wall of the CVS in downtown Los Angeles. So, yeah, I mean, guys, yeah. The thing about this is, and you guys saw my other thumbnail, I think we're going to talk about that. I'm going to cancel the other live stream for tomorrow. So let's get off of this ridiculous. It's just a puff piece. I really can't give it one more second of my time. It's probably the greatest thing that has ever happened in Aaron's life in the history of the world, because, he is in love with himself because he's a malignant narcissist. Okay. Yeah. It does show a sharp contrast to his present. You can see from the earlier interviews where he might have still actually been, a human being type of thing. And yeah, I don't know that is actually what's happening now. Janet, what do you guys say? What's Mustard doing in here? Oh, no, this is just clips from old interviews. I don't think any of these people were consulted, because all the clips are already on, Aaron's channel. That it's his property, right? So it can be clipped up and put together and put back on his channel. George was going to put this on his channel. And then during a live stream, George basically pressured Aaron into putting it on his thing. I mean, even George admits that. It's so gross. It's so gross. Uh-oh. Oh, we're going to have to pull that up too. Got some other breaking news here. I'm just pulling up George Massey's channel here. 1 second. So here we go. Let's share this puppy. So this is George's channel. George, if you're going to keep doing hit pieces on me, you got to take my face off your banner. Okay? Take it off. I do not consent. I will be reporting that banner later. So in George's posts, okay, he's like quoting poetry. The wait is over. This weird things. He's just very full of himself. So he said he had to push it back, and then there's all these comments, right? Where's the one where he said it? No, not that one. It's the other post. So I think it's this one. The lid is about to be blown off and expose the haters for who they are. I don't know how this exposes me or anybody. It doesn't make any sense. None of his. I honestly think it's the best work I've ever done, and there'll be nowhere left to hide for the haters. Like, George, all you're doing is showing how absolutely stupid you are. Is it this one where he says how he twisted Aaron's arm? It's one of his replies. Absolutely. I heard somewhere that they said it's a joke. Oh, you guys are so funny. I'm not an idiot, and you guys don't know how YouTube works. No, there's some there's somewhere where he admitted that he had like twisted Aaron's arm during a live. Anyway, it doesn't really matter to get it up there. But what's happening now, guys, we have some tea. I'm going to go to Apostate Alex's channel. Because he's re-interviewing the guy. Check it out.
I've had numerous messages asking me for updates about how he's doing, whether I've heard from him, and today I can reveal Amir has left Scientology.
Breaking news. Uh-oh. Amir left Scientology, guys. Why? Let's find out.
Oh, wow.
Dark side. So, Amir, welcome to the dark side.
Oh, wow. That's what they call it as well. That's literally what they call it. In fact, when Harry kicked me out of one of the group chats I told Charlie Wackley to, and the ED pulled me aside, he was like, "Oh my God, bro, they thought you went to the dark side." So that's how they refer to it as well.
Before we get into what's happened,
yeah,
on the eve of your escape, firstly, how are you feeling, buddy?
That's a good question. A range of different emotions. Very surprised. Very surprised. I mean,
okay, so for those of you guys who missed it, about a week and a half ago, Alex did no, I know he was not raised in Vernon, honey, you're not breaking news to me. I know that. Alex did an interview with this gentleman, Amir. It's like, look at me, it's an SP and a Scientologist talking. And, he basically was like, you're probably going to get in a lot of trouble. He's like, no, I'm allowed to have my own opinion. They kicked him out, bro. They kicked him out. Just like we all knew, right? Aaron tried to make a thing about how Alex didn't prepare him and he's going to do his own interview. Aaron, where's your interview with Amir? What happened? He didn't want to talk to you? But I thought you were the biggest and most important channel in all of the ex-Scientology world. You're the only one, guys. That's what that puff piece is trying to tell you. The only one who's bringing awareness to Scientology. The only one who is doing anything to end Scientology. Alex, just by having good manners, okay, literally reached out, got a hold of a current Scientologist, was like, bro, let's talk it out on my channel. They had a lovely conversation, not even anything controversial. And then the fucking Scientologist gets kicked out. And now he's in the road to recovery. I'm gonna let you guys. I'm gonna put this in our mod chat, guys. If you guys could share this link, because I actually want to give Alex the watches on this, but I just wanted to give you guys that breaking news. So definitely go. This is a premiere on Alex's channel right now. Once we're wrapped up here, or put it on side by side, whatever you want to do, y'all. Whatever you want to do, put that out. Go watch Alex's channel now. There was something else. Oh, that's what I wanted to show. I was like, what am I trying to pull up? I don't remember. Yes, let's share this one. Okay. So on Friday, Aaron did a protest. Okay. Let's look at just the very beginning because he reveals something that's happened in the location that he's protesting at. We're going to go over that.
We're going to have a bit of a shorter stream because I got somewhere to be tonight.
I got somewhere to be tonight.
But I did not want to skip a Friday night.
Sounds like
So I did not forget to grab Davey from the office, Northern Girl. So I'm going to put you guys on the table again while we set everything up, okay?
I'm just going to go really fast for this. Okay. So now, watch. Look at what suddenly appeared, guys. It's just sudden. It's not have anything to do with you showing up in this random lot. Let's see what suddenly appeared.
What? Are we doing the big Yeah.
All of a sudden, this sign that looks very weathered, like it's been there the whole motherfucking time. What?
Oh, it's a tow-away zone. Guys, are we to believe that Scientology owns this lot? If Scientology owns this lot, if that's true, how come they haven't mentioned anything for the last 2 months?
How come Scientology hasn't mentioned anything for the last 2 months? Well, it's because Scientology doesn't own the lot, Aaron. Now, Aaron has done a lot of posts about Scientology real estate. Okay. Oops, I don't want why did the 41 pop up in there? Okay. So he has talked about many, many times, okay, how Scientology is buying up the city of Clearwater. Okay. Over and over and over and over and over. So many videos mentioning real estate. Okay. Aaron has documented the real estate that Scientology has bought up over the years. Okay. Look at all these videos. Okay. That he has done on that. Now, I got to pull something up that I didn't download yet. So it came to my attention via an avid viewer, and I thank them very much for sending this to me, that piece of property is owned, in fact, by a Scientologist. Okay, and we're going to pull up the graphics here. All right. And then I need a... Okay. Just so we can all understand what we're looking at here. All righty, here we go. Here we go with the visuals. Okay. So this is Google Maps. Okay. As you can see, this is, I'm going to flip it around so you guys can see I'll make myself even smaller. Here we go. Okay. So this is the flag one of the buildings. Okay, this is the Fort Harrison. There's a little skyway here, and you guys can see from this visual right here. Okay, this is where Aaron was normally protesting. Target one. Okay, so now he has to be 500 feet from Scientology's property. So he has chosen this corner. Okay, if we zoom in, you can see here that he's down South Fort Harrison at this intersection right here where this lot is. Okay, if we zoom out, you can see there's Scientology. Okay, and Aaron was originally here by this mobile station, but this lot right here, this is where Aaron parks his cars right there, and he sets up right on the corner, totally blocking this pole. He sets up his sign with this tree in the background. Okay, and we have measured before how far it is. No, I don't want that. I want the little, I forget where the measuring tool is. Somewhere in here. But we have measured from this corner here down to where Aaron is at, okay, which is here by this lot. All right. And it's almost exactly 500 feet. If he's over at the mobile, he's actually more safe. But this begs the question, okay, because this is not a Church of Scientology property, okay? I actually can't show this because it has too many addresses. But according to Sunbiz, okay, according to sunbiz.org, which is the place you can look up any property, business, etc., okay? This is owned by a Florida for-profit corporation called IBP Funding, Inc. Okay. And the owner of that is Bernard, a.k.a. Bud Reichel. Bud Reichel. Okay. And you can see here, I'll show you this screen here. Okay, you can see this here that we're talking about this lot. It's actually 5 separate lots. Okay, this is the same corner, Chestnut and South Fort Harrison. Okay, there's the Pinellas County Courthouse. First owner, IPP Funding. Okay, it doesn't say this. The value of it right now is $802,000. Okay, but that is who owns it. So a Scientologist owns the property that Aaron is standing in front of on the public property. Okay, let's make it abundantly clear. Aaron is not standing on their property, right? He is protesting in front of that property on public land, on the public sidewalk. Okay. Now, years ago, Aaron even did a series of stories about this. Years ago, wealthy Florida Scientology residents were encouraged to buy up things like that, lots, storefronts, businesses all around downtown Clearwater, and then hold them until basically the church needed them. And then at that point, they could be a donation to the church, right? Isn't that so nice that you could just donate that property to your church? It's a tax write-off. But that way, all of these other people would be buying up stuff instead of the church's entities buying it up. And so it would look way less suspicious for all of those external people to have bought that. Now, Aaron, in all of his infinite wisdom, instead of realizing, maybe I should see who the owner of this property is, never once thought about it, but they did put a tow, thing up. They're just parking on it. He says, well, it's fine because this is where the police told us to park. Well, it was fine before the property owner put up a tow-away zone. Now it's not fine. Okay, because the property owner is like, actually, no. You don't get to park here. But Aaron's going to do what he wants. Now, what could happen if Aaron gets towed or somehow is made to look like he's damaging the property or lessening the value of the property? So I don't know. By a Scientologist who is a very prominent, rich Scientologist. By the way, this is the dad of the girl that Aaron ran up to during that like community fest where he thought it was Melanie Penketh because he doesn't know what Melanie Penketh looks like, but it was in fact Kim Reichel. Yeah. Kim and her sister Jenny and I all worked at Celebrity Center together, so I'm very familiar with both her and her parents, right? During this video, this one right here, the confronting, see this girl on the cover? That is Kim Reichel and her mom. Okay. She used to go by Kim Ford.
Okay, good. And I'll take a screenshot of.
Let's go back. But he sees a lot of people at this little event. And at one point, he thought that, this is when he gets into it with this old guy. This is the door that he got his foot slammed in, guys. This is that same building. Allegedly, the door got slammed on him. Oh, there they are. Here we go. That is Kim Reichel, and that is her mom. That's Bud's wife.
Hey.
Now listen to what he calls her.
Hey, are you in Austin still? Are you in Clearwater now?
See, he thinks it's Melanie Penketh, who I also worked with, who used to be at Celebrity Center. And she immediately recognizes him. Kim, the younger woman, immediately recognizes Aaron. Her mom has no clue. Her mom's just being nice.
We never lived in Austin. I think you have us confused with.
Oh, I thought you were in Austin with Justin Farmer and crew. No?
No.
Now, she knows who Justin Farmer is because we all worked with Justin, me and Kim.
No, we live here.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Now, I don't know if that's George in the background there, just avoiding the camera. Or
Yeah.
what.
Oh, yeah, I was in the Sea Org with her. We're old friends. She might not recognize me, though. Not you. Oh, you her mom?
I'm her mom.
You're her mom. Yeah, we were in the Sea Org at LRH Way together.
Oh.
No, because guess what? Kim was never, she didn't work there.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. Nice to meet you. Pack. I was at ASHO. I think she was in a higher org.
Oh, wait.
She was in like the DSEM unit. She was in the DSEM unit. Or
See, now she's asking, are you thinking of her sister? Who I think is still maybe in this organization.
When I was at, it was 2002 to 2006. She was in like some new special DSEM unit. I forget what it was.
It's the wrong person.
But she was doing auditor training, so I knew her. And
She never did. And there's Andrew. Andrew's just watching. He's always watching.
anyway, good to see you, Melanie. Be strong out there.
See, he calls her Melanie. That's not her name.
That's Melanie Penketh.
It's not Melanie Penketh. That's Kim Ford, a.k.a. Kim Reichel. He corrects it in a later video. But they're both short, blonde women who are very tiny. Easy to confuse when you see all women as the same woman. Right? So her dad owns that lot that Aaron's parking on. Now, why I'm suspicious of all this, is, as we know, guys, Aaron was in real estate. Okay? Aaron was in real estate. He knows how to look up properties. You should never go by the property lines that you see on any real estate website. Always go to the county assessor's office to confirm the property lines on the hard copy. Is he really true? Are we to believe that we are really truly that lazy that Aaron, when searching for Target 2, didn't look up the owner via Sunbiz? You don't have to have a membership. Sunbiz.org. He didn't look up the owner of that lot. And if he did look up the owner of the lot, he would have absolutely recognized the name Bernard Reichel. So my question is, is he just parking there as a fuck you? Like, well, it's not actual church property, but it's a Scientologist property. So I'm going to do what I want. I'll do what I want. Gosh. Right? Or did he not even bother to look it up? Did he not even bother to like figure it out? Like, is that how wilding he is right now? Now we're all supposed to dance around and be like, oh, I don't know why I ever had a bad thought about Aaron. Look how great he is interviewing all these people. Yeah, let's just gloss over his rampant abuse of multiple women over the years. The fact that he was kicked out of a foundation for being a philandering cokehead and causing PR problems for the foundation that he created. Not passing on people's information, using people reaching out to the foundation for his own personal gain. And then when that gets exposed, then he just starts another foundation with a bunch of his prans. And then his prans are like, oh, wait, hang on. I didn't realize you were such a fucking dick. And they all left. Right? And more abuse happened. And even Jenna Miscavige is like, you thought you knew me. You don't know me, right? Because, I mean, I don't have confirmation of this, guys. This is my assumption that, she's doing great without him. She don't need him because he needs her. I'm not saying this in a way to make any less of Jenna's story. Her story is valid and real, but she is a Nepo baby. Right? There are many Nepo babies in Hollywood, and that's okay. Carrie Fisher's a Nepo baby, and I fucking loved her in Star Wars and everything else. Now, RIP to Carrie Fisher. There are many Nepo babies who have made it very far, who are great actors, actresses, or whatever, in the world. It's not necessarily a bad thing. But why can Jenna Miscavige walk into any room, into any newsroom, into any interview with ease? Because she's a Miscavige. That's a fact. Right? Aaron knows that fact. That's why he was very fast to dump Lindsay. I'm surprised he didn't throw her out of the fucking car when Jenna called. Was like, hi, can you help me with a job? Fucking MacGyver her ass out of the car and then get right on the Jenna train. But he's so dumb that he just couldn't be. This is how destructive and awful he is. He literally, Liza Minnelli's a Nepo baby. Exactly. Ron Howard and his kids, Tom Hanks's kids. I mean, we could go on and on. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Jess, that's a good point out, right? And yeah. But he couldn't, guys, he's such a malignant narcissist. He couldn't not abuse her. He couldn't not abuse her. Okay. No, Leah's too old for him. He would never, and Leah would have never been interested in him. Just in defense of that. So now, guys, I don't think this is going to go the way that Aaron and George think it's going to go. I think that this puff piece is going to look awful to the judge and the prosecution. I think it's going to have the exact opposite because his actions in the now time still show he doesn't give a fucking shit. There's a tow away zone sign. He's like, please tell me it's fine. Well, is the sign new? Because you said it just popped up out of nowhere. So now you're recognizing that a sign has been posted by the property owner, which means it's not okay anymore. The police can't override a property owner's wishes. That's not how that goes. Yes, Jamie Lee Curtis is a Nepo baby. No, Jenna did not have Nepo baby money. That sucks. Okay? But it's like these are the things that are going to be pointed out, guys. It's really, we are getting beyond the beyond of the ridiculous realm. that we've been living in. Yeah. But here's the good news, guys. Okay, here's the good news. Shots have been fired. Channels have been tried to be eliminated. My email taken down, restored. The Mod Mafia merch, guys, it's still for sale. We're raking in. We got 22 orders in so far. Please, 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 let's support our mods. Let's get them and get some swagadicious, stuff. Look at all these colors. Guys, we've got hats. We've got socks. We've got beanies. It's cold out. We've got sweatshirts. They're cozy. We've got t-shirts. They are soft. Buttery soft. Okay? We've got patches and stickers. Put your coffee in a Mod Mafia mug. All right? Like I said, guys, this is a limited run, okay, for this. And if you guys want to support me in the meantime, I mean, the super chat's always appreciated. Always appreciated. My Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, always open. Okay? Aaron's next court date is coming up March 3rd. March 3rd for that. So it is going to be, can I please add tank tops? Yes, Helena, I did get that message that it is summer in Australia and y'all need some tank tops. I will get on that. Okay. Nipple warmers, I can't do that. I don't think we have those. But that is a useful thing. So you just found the tow away sign on Street View. It's not that new. Oh, and a zip up hoodie. Let me write these things down, Ann. I forgot. I was on vacation. Forgive me. I threw my pen on the ground. But guess what, guys? I got another pen. Does this have a thing on it? No. Okay, so we need a tow away. No. We need a tank top and a zip up hoodie. Okay, so the tow away sign has been there since the last time Street View was done. So sounds to me like, phone calls could be made. Now, clearly the property owner hasn't given a shit because nobody's called in a tow truck the whole time they've been protesting, But yeah. March 3rd is the trial date for the first charge and also the pre-trial date for the second charge. The Friday preceding that will be the day for all of the motions. I had a fantastic vacation, guys. Couples massage, very rejuvenating. Lots of rest and relaxation. Yeah. You want the Resist hat is going to come back up in the merch shop. That's coming up after we do this Mod Mafia run. We're going to do some other stuff. Boy shorts. Oh my goodness. I have to see. Yeah, even the judge said in the transcripts, guys, that she was surprised he has not been trespassed yet. I'm also going to be working on a lot more editing. He's got a criminal loitering on his property. Oh, you're talking about the property owner. Yeah. Yep, Juliette Lewis, Vonnie Ribisi. Yeah, there's a lot of Nepo babies in Hollywood. Yeah. Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to come back with some new and exciting stuff. I'm still vibed out, man. I'm still vibed out from my, my vacation with my wife. We had such a good time. I'm glad to be back here with you guys in the box office. Please, please, please. V-neck tees. Okay, Sandy. Wow, you guys are very specific. We need V-neck tees. I don't know if I have those, but I'll look. Thank you for all the suggestions, though. I will work on more merchandise. Thank you guys, as always, to all the subscribers. If you're not subscribed, please hit subscribe and like the stream. That's the easiest way to help me out here. Thank you, as always, to the members here. I appreciate you so, so much. Thank you to everybody who super chatted today. That was so generous of you. And as always, thank you to the Lady Mod Mafia here on my channel. I could not do this without all of them. So thank you so, so much. And I will see you all on the flippity dippity.
Lincoln 30 to dispatch. Yeah, that's a wild goose chase over here at Nakatomi Plaza. Everything here is okay. Over. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. God, everything is okay!